This man was just about to use the restroom when, in the next second, he came running out, crying. It turned out that there was a pig in the toilet. He immediately grabbed a waiter and demanded an explanation. The waiter explained that underneath the toilet was an enclosure with pigs, and when they got hungry, they would stick their heads up through the bottom. So, before using the bathroom, customers had to knock the pigs out with a stick, otherwise, their butt would get eaten. Looking at the waiter's creepy smile, Polnareff suddenly didn't want to use the restroom anymore and started washing his hands, ready to leave. But just then, Polnareff noticed something strange in the mirror. He quickly turned around to check, but there was nothing there. Just when Polnareff thought he was hallucinating, the figure appeared again in the mirror. Polnareff realized that this stand was the one that killed his sister. It only existed in the mirror, and it had two right hands. He immediately summoned his silver chariot to shatter the mirror in front of him. He quickly began searching for the stand user, knowing that its range wouldn't be far from him, but after searching for a long time, he couldn't find anything. To avenge his sister, he decided to split up from Jotaro and the others. But just then, Abdo stopped him, urging him not to fall into the enemy's trap. Polnareff ignored Abdo's warning and insisted on leaving the group. After 3 days and nights of searching, he finally got a lead. But it turned out to be a companion of his sister's killer. This person had the Emperor Stan Haas. Polnareff didn't think much of him. Instead, he demanded to know the whereabouts of his sister's killer. At that moment, Haas suddenly pulled out a gun and shot at Polnareff. Polnareff quickly summoned Silver Chariot to block the attack. But just as the sword was about to deflect the bullet suddenly changed direction and headed straight for Polnareff's head. At that instant, Abdo jumped in and tackled Polnareff, saving him from the shot. However, the bullet suddenly changed direction again and flew toward them. Abdo quickly summoned Magician's Red, trying to melt the bullet in midair. But then, from the puddle behind them, the killer who had murdered Polnareff's sister appeared. Before Abdo could react, a sword pierced his back, and the bullet hit his head, dropping him to the ground. Looking at Abdo's lifeless body, Polnareff vowed to catch the killers of his sister and of Abdo.